before we create the drawing, all we have to do is to perform the numbering. So number modified objects. Can you follow this one? Numbered modified objects. Okay. So once we number the modified objects, now let us set up the drawing properties first. Okay. So in the drawing, you will notice that in the drawing properties, you have a different drawing that you can create. Of course, for the precast, it's a cast unit. Okay, usually these two cast unit and GA drawing. Okay, remember last week we created a GA drawing. GA is for the erection drawing. So now what we're going to do is to create the cast unit drawing. So that one is the shop drawing for the precast. Okay, so kindly click on the cast unit drawing. Click on that cast unit drawing. So once you open the cast unit drawing, you can go to the titles, and then here you will notice under the titles. So because this one is the start of creating the cast unit drawing, and of course every time you have the model, this one is the end game. I mean, the goal is to create this cast unit drawing. So here you will notice that there is a name, there is a title, but then you can just add what kind of drawing you're going to create. Let's say, for example, a set of facade. So you can just simply put here facade drawings. Okay, facade drawings. And then the sheet number could be 1, could be 2, or could be more. Okay, because sometimes we have this facade drawing for mold, facade drawings for rebar. So we have 2 drawings but only 1 piece mark. Okay, so here for the title, you can just simply type here detail of walls and so on, and so you can put any notes on the title 1, title 2, and then title 3. And then go to the layout. Okay, in the layout, kindly, okay, have you copied the layout files, the template files? So if you copy that layout and template files, you will find this TSCU. Okay, so once you select the TSCU or TS cast unit, okay, so now you will find here that the size definition mode, at the moment, in your case, it's auto size, right? By default, it's auto size. Kindly change that one to specified size. Specified size, and then change this according to this, what you can see here in the screen. So specified size, then the specified size is means you need to key in the value of the drawing paper size. So 594 by 415 is a A2, and then you must select the table layout A2. Again, if you're using A3, then you need to change that one to 410 by 287, and then change it to A3. That one, it depends on the setting in your template, right? But at the moment, we use the A2. Okay, kindly go to the scale. Scale. So, by default, the Tekla structure can also create an auto scale. So, it means it will automatically rescale your drawing according to the size of your paper. Okay? So, but I don't want to use this one, but later on, if you want to use this, then you can. Because here, it shows that the main view scale, it varies from 10, 15, 20, 25 up to 40. So it means if 10 is too big, then it will go to 15, to 20, up to 40. Okay? So that's how the auto scale works. Okay? But we're not going to use this one, so kindly say no. Kindly say no. We need to proceed to others. Others. Projection. Third angle. So third angle, it means front view and then top view. So first angle, third angle is top view and then front view. First angle is top view and then front view. So third angle, we follow the third angle. But if if you want to change that one, you can choose, it's either first angle or third angle. So I'll just choose the default, and then align section with main view. So align section with main view. If this is the main view, so if there is a section on the main view, so you align side by side. Because if you pick no, the section will be somewhere else, like what you've seen earlier, right? So if I want to align that one exactly to the main view, then you say yes. And then here, align the end views also to the main view, then say yes. And then once you're okay with this setting, I can just simply type here Excel underscore A2. So always save so that you can use that one later. Okay? So once you type that one Excel A2, then save. Okay? And then in the titles, as you notice here, titles, we already saved that one as a facade. And then now let's go to the view creation. View creation. Remember, this one you only do it only once. Let's say per category. Because sometimes the wall has a different requirement for the column and beam. Okay? But if you set up this one for wall, then this one is for the wall. Okay? Or for the facade. So now, front view. Do you want the front view? Yes. Top view, turn on. Do you want the bottom view? Are you no need? Okay, so turn it off. Okay? Or just if you don't want to see this one here, just simply delete the row. Okay? Back view, no need, right? Delete the row. So end view and section view, of course, needed. And then 3D view. Do you need the 3D view? You need, right? Then turn it on. Okay? So at the moment, I'm going to use this default view properties. So whatever comes out, then we're going to deal with it. Okay? So if you're happy with this one, then kindly save this one as Excel. I put always Excel so that we know that this one is our drawing. Excel underscore wall underscore views. And then save. Okay, save. So once we save that one, then now the last thing that we save is the cast unit drawing. So this one we can just simply type in Excel underscore wall underscore drawing. Wall drawing. Okay? And then save. Okay? Always save that one because later on you're going to use it. Okay, so now, this is the three important part. Then section details later. You can always look onto that one if you like. So here, if you notice here, there is a direction of the section. So if you want to have a right or left direction, okay, of the section, let's say to the right or to the left, so you can choose. You can choose here, or you can even change the section depth. Okay, so let's say 300 millimeter section depth, or the cutting line. How you want to use the section mark with this symbol or whatever symbol is that. So this one can be changed later. So detail, of course, it starts with letter A, and so on. Okay. Now, if we're okay with that one, kindly simply apply, and then okay. Apply. Okay. Okay. Now let's create the drawing. So we can choose one of this drawing. Okay. So now from here, I can go to the again. We already done the numbering. So all you can do is just simply select this one, right click, and then here, create cast unit drawing. Create cast unit drawing. Okay? So just click create cast unit drawing. So look, numbering complete, one drawing created successfully from the drawing list. So here, now I have this W8 facade drawing. Remember, this is the facade drawing, the one we type in, right? Okay? So just double click on that one, facade drawing. And there you go. Okay. This one, as I've told you, we haven't done any setting yet because it's still the scale is not yet on the proper scaling. So we need to do something. Okay, now what we're going to do is let's change first the scale of the 3D. Okay, let's work on the 3D first. Okay, so you can select this. You can select that border. Okay, this border, and then you can move. So let's say I'm going to move on this. Right. So here, if you notice here, this is 25. So the scale here, I can change this scale here to, let's say, to 30 or 35. So to change the scale of this one, now I'm just showing you how to change it manually first, one by one. Okay, to change that scale, just double click on this. Okay, remember the properties of this one is this perspective, this first. Okay, this is the properties. Earlier we choose that one earlier, right? Remember when I double click on this view, see this one? So here under the creation, so whatever we save on that view properties, I call it from here. So we need to save something. Okay, so look. So now let's move on to this one. So select this one and then change this one to, let's say, 35, and then modify. Okay, so now as you can see here, I changed it to 35. Is this 35? Okay. Is this 35 is enough size? I think it's okay. So now we are going to change the way it should be. Okay. So now look. In 3D, do we want to show the mesh? No need, right? So.
But the casting itself we have to show.
You have to show the casting. Okay. So in that case, look. So first, go to this reinforcement. Go to the reinforcement. And then kindly, okay, this one is okay. The bar, because it doesn't, look, if I turn off this one, it shows all the reinforcement. Correct? But we only want to show the exposed one. Correct? So, enable for us to show the exposed one, all we have to do is to click on this hide lines behind parts. Just click that one and then modify, and that's it. I will only show the exposed one. As easy as that one. So you don't need to delete one by one. Okay? So how about the mesh? Go to this mesh content, and then here, not visible, and then modify. So the mesh will be out. Remove. Hidden. Okay? Now, this one is okay now, but you're asking that you want to show also the embeds, right? Okay. Now, before I go to the embeds, let's go to the part mark first. For the part mark, I want to remove this B2, B4, and B1, and B, and so on. So I want to go to this sub-assembly and then remove the part position. Remove, and then modify. So now it's removed, the part mark. You get it? Go to the sub-assembly main part, and then remove the element in mark, and then modify. Okay? So now, let's go now to the part. So under the part. Okay. So you will notice here, there is a hidden line here, hidden line. If you turn on the hidden lines and own hidden lines, hidden line and own hidden lines, modify, is this what you want to see?
No, it's the insert, like for example, casting insert, or
But we don't have the casting insert here, right?
that one is what demolding.
This one is demolding. Yeah. But if we do have, then we can also show that one. But as easy as that one.
Is it in the same category?
Yeah, here.
If you want to just show the insert without showing the spice leaf or
You want only the insert.
yeah.
So in that case,
Possible.
it's possible, but you need to do that one. We have the filter as well here. Filter. So you filter out the splice lead. So you want to see? Okay, look. Here, if I add row, okay, and then if the part name is equals to, let's say I don't want to show the splice leaves. Sorry. Or I don't want to show the grout tube. Okay? So if the part name does not equal to grout tube, okay, and then modify, look. Quite easy. Okay? And then once you're okay with this setting, okay, now you can add now in the attributes, you can just put the label here, let's say 3D view. 3D view, and then modify. Okay, and then here you just put here below 3D view. Okay, so now the important thing here is to save. At the moment, I'm not going to save that one under this perspective, but I'm going to create my own file name, which is I'm going to save that one to Excel underscore 3D, and then save. Excel underscore 3D. Save. Okay, now look what will happen now. So I'm going to close this one. If you notice here, everything is controlled using that dialog box, correct? Everything is controlled using the dialog box. Look, if I double click again my view properties, okay? Look, if you notice here, the 3D view still perspective. If I say yes, modify, it will restore to the perspective again, to the original one, right? It will restore to that one. Okay, here. See? It restored. So now, remember, I saved that one to Excel 3D, correct? So now, I'm going to call that Excel 3D here. So I'm not going to use the perspective. Then I'm going to use the Excel 3D, the one I saved. Okay? So let's see. Yes, and then modify. So it means, okay, so look, it's already created the Excel 3D here, and then just simply save that one. So meaning when you create the next wall, then this one will follow. Okay, this setting, because you already save it here. But at the moment, look, my standard properties for the front view, top view, and section view are still the default one. So now these are the things that we're going to change. Okay. Let's say, for example, let's change this one. Let's change this. At the moment, I want you to learn. Okay, I'm going to close this one. So at the moment, I want you to learn how to add the dimensions manually. Okay, how to add the dimensions manually before we set up some rules. Let's say, for example, this one, we want to put the dimensions here. So all I have to do here is just simply, okay, for the meantime, let us remove the dimensions. Okay, so enable for us to remove the dimensions here. Again, double click on the border. Double click on the border, and then kindly, okay, first kindly change the scale to 25. Modify. Change the scale to 25. Okay? So after changing the scale to 25, I want you to go to this, okay, save this one as front view. Let's say Excel underscore wall underscore front view. Okay? So I save this one to Excel wall front view. Alright? So I change the scale, and then let's say in the dimensioning, kindly delete, go to the dimensioning and then delete these rules and then modify. Modify. So I deleted the rules. So you notice that under the rules, the dimensions already vanish. Okay? The dimension vanish. Now, in this case, we are now going to add, okay, kindly save that one. Save. We're going to use that one later on. Okay? So, now, you can see that there are some piece marking here already. This one is automatically added by the system, the piece mark. Right? So you don't need to type in the, let's say, this T20, then T10, the marking and there. But if you don't want to show that one, you can always go to the reinforcement mark and then here, kindly remove this one. So if you don't want to show this marking, kindly select this and then remove. So I'm removing the single marking, remove, and then here this one is a group. So go to the group and then remove this one, remove, and then under the mesh, remove the size. So totally it's empty. Okay? So totally it's empty. So now go back to this one. Sorry. And save. Okay. So once you save this one, later on I'm going to add this one again. But at the moment, let's focus on the dimensioning. So I can close this one. At the moment, we are going to add the dimensions manually. Not by rules, but to show you first how we are going to add the dimensions. So look. So first dimension, go to this dimensioning. Okay, go to this dimensioning. And then here, horizontal. So click 1 and then 2. And then there you go. So you have now this total dimensions. And then here, this one should be here. And then remove. So if you wrongly click remove dimension point, so it must be okay. So I pick it wrongly. Add dimension point, and then once you add, and then you can always remove dimension point, and then here you have now the 3820 dimensioning here. So just continue. Let's say the next one is for the cutting. So here, and then the next one is for the let's say the opening here. So here you can just simply rearrange that one.
Just click that.
Huh?
To move the dimension, just click.
Yeah, just click and then drag. Okay, now what if okay, let me just add first the vertical. Same thing, vertical. So click here and then here. So that's the vertical, and then here, let's say this one to this, click and then move. So you can both select and then you can drag. Okay, and then here the cutting. All right. So now, look. If you want to change the font, you can just double click on this one, and then here the appearance. You can change the font as you like. Let's say black, then modify. So it's thicker. Okay. And if you want to change the size, let's say not 8, modify, so it's bigger. Okay. If you want to change the color, of course, here you can change the color. Okay. Now, so look, also for this stick, you can use the arrow if you like. Modify arrow, or you can use this one. So here you can just simply select and then modify, and then everything will be changed. And then if you apply that one, the next dimension will be once you apply. Okay, so it's easy to change that one. Okay, B is to change from black to color. Okay, so now what else? Let's say here, this one, this opening. So if I want to have a tag, I can add here, let's say opening, modify. I can add also here, opening. And then here, let's say opening, window, modify. So you can add more tags here. Now, let's say I want to add this one. Look, I'm going to click on this. Okay, so this one. If I double click on this one, let's say this one here, if I click on the properties here, I can choose, let's say I want the name. What is that name? Content on that particular dimension. What is the name on that one? 3 times grout tube, because that one, it will identify that that dimension is for the grout tube. So you can get the name there. Okay, so what else? Appearance, general. Okay, look, let's say this one, this and this. I want to have a short extension line. All I have to do is say yes and then modify, and then short dimension line. You can extend and then you can make it short as well. When I add the clicks that I'm counting is this. When I add the main dimensions, okay, look, horizontal, 1, 2, 3, 3 clicks, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 clicks, let's say 9, 10, 11, 12. So that one is the 12 clicks already, right? 12 clicks. If I times 2, 24 clicks already for that 3 dimensions, right? 24 clicks. And then the others. So maybe at least minimum 40 clicks. Okay, 40 clicks. So what if these 40 clicks, we save that 40 clicks. Instead of 40 clicks, I'll just set it up, and then you don't need to do those 40 clicks. That saves our time already, right? Okay, but of course, I'm not telling that 100% you get the automatic dimension, because as we all know, unless you're the one who's your dimension is something like you're the one who decide these dimensions is already your fabricator can easily understand that one, that's fine. Then you can fully automate your dimension. But sometimes the consultant is asking some unnecessary dimension, or even what do you call that, redundant dimension. Remember the HDV, right? There's a lot of dimension which is, I can say, redundant, because you see that one already in the front view. They always ask you to show that one in the side view, correct? Okay, so in that case, if you have your particular dimension that you can automate, then you save a lot of time here. Okay, so now this one, I'm going to remove this one, and then I'm going to add the dimensions automatically. So how? We're going to work on this view first, and then we save, and then later we can apply that one. Okay, just double click on the view. Okay, double click on the view. All right. Sorry. First is, before we double click on that view, are we okay with this setting? This size, and then this, or you want to change this one to arrow? Tick.
Yeah.
You want to change this one to tick. Okay, so double click on this one. Okay, so look, on the appearance, I'm going to change that one to this one, tick. This one, modify. Okay, or this one. This, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I change that one here, and then the height, maybe I change this one to 2.5,
25.
and then modify. So we're okay with that one, huh? So now let's say I'm going to save this one to XL underscore 2.5. So it means that that is my dimensioning, the dimension that I'm going to use. All right, save it, XL. Okay, now let's move on now. Okay, so tick and then 2.5. Okay, now double click again on this view. Okay, double click on this view. Okay, so from this view, kindly go to this dimensioning. So I'm going to show you the first. I'm going to show you the 3 ways, or 2, 3. Then the rest, then you will take care of that one, huh? Because it's a repeated procedure. Okay, so first rule. But again, I need to change this one here. All right, first rule: add row. Can you click add row? Add row. And then here, dimensioning type. Can you go to this dimensioning type? Let's say select overall dimension. Overall dimension. So under the properties, under these properties, kindly edit rule. So select, so from this current assembly, and kindly select edit rule. Edit rule, so that we will know what to dimension. Okay, we will know what to dimension. So look, have you seen this one? Dimensioning rule properties. Okay, got it? So look at this part. Look at this part. So this one serve as our panel. This one. Okay? So this checkbox is the location of the dimension where you want to put the dimension. So do you want to put the dimension at the top? Yes. For overall, yes. Do you want to put the dimension at the side? Of course, the left side? Yes. Okay? It's either the top, the bottom, and right and left side. Okay? But the moment, at this point of time, I want to choose this one and then this one. But what is this one? Kindly remove this stick, because there are some dimensioning that they want to have a link. So this horizontal dimension, they want to see where it is linked to the vertical dimension, so they want to connect that one. Right? That's why there is a tick. But if you don't want, then remove the tick. Okay? Now, so here, start point, horizontal and vertical, same on all sides. So it means the the one that you're going to use for vertical and horizontal will be the same. That's why it picks same on all sides. So, in this case, dimension properties, remember that we saved XL 2.5? So, kindly look for the XL 2.5 here. This one, XL 2.5. So that one is thick and then 2.5 height. If you want 3, you want to change, then you need to save that one. Okay? So, here, save here XL overall. Okay? XL overall underscore dim. And then save. Save as. XL overall underscore dim. Save as. Okay? And then close it. So now, overall dimension, I need to select the one that I saved. Okay? So select here, XL overall dim. And then modify. So look, when I click modify, what will happen here? So this one will have this. Okay, this one will have this dimension automatically. So look, 2850 and then 3820. So I saved how many clicks? I saved already 6 clicks on that one. Okay? But of course, the beneficiary of that 6 clicks is not on this view. The beneficiary of that saving 6 clicks is on the second panel or the proceeding panel, because I already set it up, right? So all I have to do is to save that one. Save it. Okay? So let's continue. Let's continue. So in this case, I want to add another row. And then this time I'm going to dimension the whole dimension. The opening. Okay? So from this whole dimension, I want to edit the rule again. Edit the rule. Okay? So when I edit the rule, so where to put the dimension again? So what is dimension? Holes. So again, remove this stick. Okay? Remove this one and then up and then the side. By this time, in this hole, it shows us the dimensioning to where? Dimension to the side of the hole. So here, not at the center. Okay? So not at the center. Because there is an option here to dimension at the center of the hole. But I want to dimension that one only at the 2 sides. Okay? Alright. So now, dimension properties, again, look for the XL 2.5. And then, vertical is equal to horizontal, same on all sides. Okay? So now let's save this one again to XL whole underscore dim. And then save as. Once we save as, we can now close it and then here change again to XL. Okay, XL volume, sorry. And then modify. Okay, look what will happen. So, but the thing is, if you notice here, this dimension should be on the other side. Correct? The total dimension should be at the outer side, right? So all you have to do here is, from this one, kindly put this whole dimension above the overall dimension. So move up. Here. Move up and then modify again. After moving up this one, so look. So this one is the overall and then the opening. Overall and then the opening. Okay? You got it? Now, let's say another one. Another one is, let's say we're going to add another row, and then this time shape dimension. Shape dimension. So for the shape dimension, again, edit rule. Okay, edit rule. And then here, I'll just simply click again. Okay, look. At this point of time, I click the top and then the two sides. So that there will be a dimension here and then there will be a dimension here. So, let's say my dimension is this top and only this one. No need to dimension the whole dimension, right? So only this cut. I want only dimension here and then this dimension here and then here on the left side. Only that top vertical. Okay, so in this case, I select the edge shape and then here horizontal. This time is select again the XL 2.5. This time I'm not going to click vertical is equals to horizontal, but I'm going to change the format. So here, if you notice here, the arrow of dimensioning starts from left to right. And then here, the vertical is from bottom to top. So at this point of time, I'm going to choose the top from bottom. And then here, I'm going to select only one side dimensioning. I'm not going to close the dimension. Okay? So save here as XL shape underscore dim. And then save as. Okay? And then close it. And then here, shape dim, and then modify. Oops, I need to again to move this one up. Okay, I need to move this one up to this one. Move up and then modify. Alright, so if you notice here, there is a dimension here. Because, why there is a 100 here? Because this one is also a shape. There is a cut 200, right? So there is a shape. And then, also, if you look onto this, this one, yeah, so there is a cut here. And then this one, there is a 30 millimeter cut there as well. For the shape. So now I have this overall dimension, whole dimension, and then the shape dimension. So once I save that one, save Excel front view, so close it, and then look, if I double click on this one, and then here, change the front view instead of standard cast unit, I will select the Excel wall front view and then say yes. Okay, say yes. So look, if I modify this one, automatically this one will go here and then with that particular dimensioning. Okay, so there you go. Okay, maybe because of this one a little bit of adjustment, but anyway, the dimensions are already there. Okay, so just save this one again, and then to continue on that, we are going to continue with the filter dimension. So this time we will use the filter dimension, but that one is we'll do that one after the break.